On the final lap of the security conversation, we chat with journalist and an indigene of Southern Kaduna, Beevan Magoni, on his thoughts on the recent, yet not so recent security problems in Southern Kaduna. Next on Rubbin Minds.
We're still talking security on the show today. Now we're moving to Southern Kaduna. A lot is happening there. Most people are not sure about what the picture is or what exactly is happening. And I'm joined now by someone who should know, give us better insight. Beevan Magoni, thanks for being here today.
Hi, Ebuka. Good day to you, and thank you for having me on the show.
What exactly is going on in Southern Kaduna? We see pictures, we see videos. We're not sure what's recent or what's new or what is really happening. With things there, especially because this is an ongoing conversation or conflict from years past. We don't know exactly what's happening in 2020. What's the situation of things right now?
We just found ourselves in a sad and an unfortunate situation in Southern Kaduna, where people are dying on a daily basis in their numbers, and we are being coerced into calling them bandits. Meanwhile, that is not their identity. It has nothing to do with banditry. Giving you a rundown of recent events, just like what happened in Dapchi and Chibok. It's now happening in Southern Kaduna, Chikun local government area. Students writing JSSC were kidnapped, and it's so sad that it is not even in the news. And the government, the narrative is still the same, trying to mislead Nigerians into thinking our people are aggressive and they don't want to live in peace and harmony with their neighbors, which is totally false. I'll get to that much later in the conversation. Now, the most affected places are Kajuru, Kaura, Zango Kataf, Kachia, and then Chikun and other local governments in Southern Kaduna. These people are having mass burials in numbers. Now, the sad part of it is that when people come out to defend themselves, they are being arrested and locked up and trumped up charges. And it's just bizarre and kind of insane to say that someone comes to kill me and then I come out to defend myself, and then the person that's supposed to protect me, that was supposed to defend me, comes out to arrest me. That is how sad and unfortunate the situation is in Southern Kaduna. Now, they keep making references to what has happened in the past, most especially the Zango Kataf crisis of 1992. You know, whenever you have a conversation with people from that area, they always keep mentioning that the Zango Kataf crisis was bloody and all of that. But it's still the same narrative. The Zango Kataf people came out to defend themselves, and they're making it look like it's the worst thing that's ever happened in northern Nigeria. Let's even come to the recent one of the post-election violence of 2011, where in many northern states, people were killed. People were killed in their numbers. Corps members were slaughtered. Women were raped. In many colleges of education or schools in the north, that period, women were raped. And so when we talk about the circles of atrocities that have been committed against people, please, the Zango Kataf is not the worst. It's just one of many that we should condemn. If we are to condemn one thing, we should condemn the other. Now, what I also see is that it's a script that is playing out here. From time immemorial in the history of Nigeria, there have been a particular set of people who feel they have the right to own Nigeria. They have the right to govern Nigeria. And it's been a while they had someone to really come out and stand for them. Now that they have someone or some people standing and speaking on their behalf, our people are dying in their numbers. To me, it's a script that has been laid down for people hundreds of years ago, and that's the script that they are following, and it is very sad and unfortunate.
So I hear you there, and I mean, this argument could go different ways. I mean, if I'm talking to whoever it is you're accusing now, but I want to talk about the government. Why would the government not? What is the government's agenda? Why does the government care about land in Southern Kaduna when the entire state is a part of their sort of under their governance. Why would the government? Because I hear this conversation a lot about, oh, the government is not trying to protect us. What is the government's agenda? Why would the government have an agenda?
Okay, why is the government interested in Southern Kaduna? Now, this question would best be answered by many questions also. Why is the government twisting the narrative about what is happening in Southern Kaduna? Why are they refusing to intervene and act appropriately and rightly? Why is there no justice? Why are they arresting people protecting themselves? Why are they stifling free speech in the state? So many questions just to one question. I know that's how bad and sad the situation is in Nigeria, not just in Southern Kaduna or Kaduna State as a whole.
I've read a lot in the media, social media, about the fact that a lot of this is either played up or exaggerated or even not completely true. And that's why when I started off this conversation with you, I talked about the fact that a lot of things are unclear. So it's hard for people who are not there to understand exactly what's happening and to understand who to believe. So how much of this is, I know where you stand, but how do people get to understand what exactly is happening and how much of this to believe?
Okay, I am a journalist. Sometime back, I was on my way home in a taxi and I was listening to the news. There was this guy who was reading about suicide that took place in Jos. A man committed suicide, and the newscaster was very excited reading that story. He was very happy. I felt bad. The next day, I went to the radio station, looked for the guy, called him and said, look, what you did yesterday, reading that news, you're a fantastic reader. But when you're talking about death, be empathic about it. You have no moral justification to read the news the way you did. The point here is we have pictures on social media, we have visuals, we have people coming out to narrate their ordeals in the hands of these so-called bandits. So what is going to make you think that people are just coming here to chase clout? Let me use that slang for now. So it is insensitive of anyone to come out to say that Southern Kaduna is not, what is happening in Southern Kaduna is exaggerated. To be honest with you, the social media is not even doing enough. Let's not even talk about the traditional media. Social media is not doing enough to what is happening in Southern Kaduna. We've seen mass burials and all of that. But then the social media has given us an opportunity to express ourselves. And I think that's a great one. So what is happening in Southern Kaduna is real, is even underreported. Because just like I said, students were abducted in Chukun local government area. Makeli was attacked this year with tens of people killed. Last week, they went back to attack the same community, but it's like the people don't sleep anymore. They ran away and there was no casualty. So that is what is happening. Even communities that they've attacked, they are still attacking again. And there are communities, over 13 of them, that the people have left those villages and they are not there. Ebuka, when you are ready, or you have someone who is ready to take on this and ready to link them to the right people that will take them to those communities and let them go and see things for themselves, how could it be that the people, the community was ransacked, let's say around May or thereabout, but farming activities are still ongoing in those communities? I mean, they are ongoing right now. And the people are not in their community. So who is doing the farming? And the people cannot go back. Some people lost over 50 of their relatives and they have not even gone back to bury them because their communities are being occupied by these people killing the people. That is the reality. What is happening in Southern Kaduna is even underreported.
Welcome back to Rubbin Minds. The conversation with Beevan Magoni on Rubbin Minds continues.
Well, I get your point. Like I said, I understand where you're standing. I'm just wondering if there's a way to sort of verify this information and get people to understand exactly what's going on. And especially talking about the federal government now, is it a case, do you think this is a situation where they should come in? Because the state governor says he's handling this or will handle this. Is the federal government supposed to step in at some point? What do you think needs to happen?
It's a good idea to have the government wade into the situation to arrest it. It's a very beautiful idea. I wish they would step in and arrest the situation. But then we have so many security issues in Nigeria piling up. We have so many carryovers. They are not done with Boko Haram. They are not done with Fulani banditry. They are not done with other things. And what makes you think that it's what is happening in Southern Kaduna that they will try to arrest, So we have issues piling up. The federal government leaves us with just little confidence to what is happening. So, yes, we wish to, but we all know that they have so much on their hands now. And the state government, well, let it not be like I'm singing a song here. The government leaves us with little or no confidence for now. So, yes, let the federal government step in. But if the federal government is going to step in, let them step in and do a thorough job without fear or favor. And we don't want to hear that they've set up a committee here, a committee there. We are tired of reading that in the news. We're tired of seeing that in the papers. We don't want to hear a committee has been set up. If one person dies today, there's going to be a committee that's set up to look into the killings, and still no one will be caught, no one will be persecuted. And you don't hear anything about the story, and it will die just like that. So yes, we want the government, the federal government, to step in, but then they should do a thorough job.
Okay. I say, has there been an opportunity where members of your community have had to sit with the governor to express what you're expressing to me now?
Oh yes, there are plans. Last week also, the Hausa Fulani community signed a peace pact with the Zango Kataf local government area, and I think it's a good step. It's a good attempt, rather. But I have questions to ask. What happens to Kajuru local government area, who have the highest number of casualties? What happens to Kaura? What happens to Kachia? What happens to Chikun local government, where people are being kidnapped? I mean, over 30 people about a week or two ago were kidnapped, and nothing has been done. So if they are signing or they're trying to restore peace in Zango Kataf local government, what happens to the other local government areas in the state? Now, surprisingly, our governor has not visited the affected communities. I mean, we saw him on television in a political rally, but back home here, where his people are dying, he has not deemed it fit to go and visit the people. And another thing I keep looking at and asking is, has he shelved the plans to create an emirate in Southern Kaduna? Has he? Southern Kaduna people are predominantly Christians. They don't need an emirate. They have chiefdoms. I will forever respect Governor McCarthy. McCarthy saw the problem, and then he decided to work with the people. The roads we have there are built by McCarthy. It's like I'm trying to deviate here. But the point is, he's trying to bring in some sort of development that will not affect the people directly. Do we even need emirates? How many people need an emirate? Why do we need an emirate in Southern Kaduna? We don't need it. So this is where I get to ask the question. Can he create a chiefdom for our people, for the Grok, for the Ham, for the Jew, for the Ninkyop, for the Takad, for the Sholia, for the Atiap people in McCarthy local government? Can he do that in Zaria local government? These are questions that need answers. So why are you creating an emirate in Southern Kaduna? These people have lived peacefully without an emirate. They have chiefdoms. So why are you creating emirates for them? These are the challenges and the problems that we are facing in Southern Kaduna. Until they shelve those plans, we will not even agree. I'm a very young person. I'm not even into the traditional leadership kind of thing, but I will not watch my people subjected to the rule of an emirate. If that is going to be done, then let it be done equally in Northern Kaduna, where predominantly the people are Muslims.
All right. Before we go now, how optimistic are you about this coming to an end anytime soon? Are you worried? Are you optimistic?
Well, with the way things are going, I don't see this coming to an end anytime soon. Yes, doubt me not. Because Southern Kaduna people are dying. It's only Southern Kaduna people or people from other regions that are crying. What about people from Northern Kaduna? Now, I'm not just saying that. When it happens in Northern Kaduna, Southern Kaduna people keep quiet. And that is why the Southeasterners are crying and they're the only ones feeling the pains and no one is speaking. I have a problem with Northern Nigeria. When it is happening to other people, they keep quiet. I think to a large extent, that's why people ignore mostly what happens in Northern Nigeria. Northern Nigeria has the political will and power. So they need to wake up and say, look, we've had enough of this. So we need more Northerners to speak up against what is happening in the North. See, I keep saying this. The day we solve Northern Nigeria's problem, every Nigerian will be happy. I am from the North. I am a proud Northerner. But then when things are happening, the people just ignore. And you find out that it's other issues that are not really going to affect people directly and add value to their lives that they keep speaking and talking about. And it shouldn't be about that. So until the people come together and then say enough is enough. We've had enough of the killing, the kidnapping, the terrorism, the banditry. We are not seeing this coming to an end anytime soon. And like MLK would say, I'm saying this because when people come out to protest, they are being arrested and locked up. And, we have lots of our Southern Kaduna youth in jail right now. So if their crime is protesting, and like MLK would say, I was proud of my crime. It was the crime of joining my people in a non-violent protest against injustice. It was the crime of instilling in my people the sense of dignity and self-respect. So yes, I join my people to say I am proud of my crime. I will keep speaking against what is happening, not just in Southern Kaduna, in other parts of Nigeria, because until the people wake up and say, we've had enough, this is going to continue. Nigeria gained independence how many years ago? And we are still here. Come on, people. We've had enough. Wake up. Say enough is enough. Whether it's happening to your neighbor or it's not happening to your neighbor. When one person dies, there's the need for you to wake up and say, look, this person didn't need to die in the first place. So let's wake up and call for an end to this banditry and killings. And until everyone wakes up and then we have an end to this, people like me will keep talking. We will keep talking.
All right. Thank you very much, Beevan. I hear you, and this is one of the reasons why we're doing this. Hopefully those who should be listening are listening, and we start getting an end in sight to all of this. Thanks for joining us today.
Oh yes, Ebuka, thank you for having me, and do enjoy the rest of your day.